Hey guys, welcome back to the Star Theory, and today we're looking at the Aurora, and in this case the Aurora MR, which is probably one of the default starter vessels. At the moment it's the only starter vessel you can get. You can also acquire the Mustang, but that would currently require you getting one of these and trading it in for a Mustang when that actually comes out. The ship is around 18.5 meters long, so it's fairly long. I mean, it's longer than some of the other ships. I think it's longer than 300i, but shorter than the Hornet, if I'm not. I might be mistaken that one. I think it's roughly around that anyway. Now, it's described as being like one of the most upgradable ships, and from what we've seen in the alternatives and variants of it, it's probably quite true. So there's the exploration kind of variant, which comes with the jump engine. That's the Aurora LX. Yeah, that's the one, Aurora LX. It's confusing because they describe it as light mercantile when really it's pretty much the same as all the others in that respect, other than it comes with a jump engine, so it's got a bit further range. The other ones, you got the Clipper, which is really the only other significant one, and that comes with a lot more storage space. So if you're looking for a mercantile, that might be something to consider. I mean, you can't really buy it anymore, but it will kind of indicate that you can upgrade it to be a bit more tradey in the actual verse. So that's something to consider. Yeah, as to the ship itself, it's not a bad looking ship. I mean, when you're from the sides anyway, it's nice and angular, and it's quite layered, I suppose, because you've got these kind of different parts here. I mean, from above and below, it looks very kind of flat and almost minibusy in respects. You can kind of, I'll go into dogfighting in a minute, and you can see that, because it kind of doesn't really show itself when you're actually in the hangar, because you can only see it from the side. In terms of visibility in the cockpit, it's fairly good visibility. I can show you that you know. Weapons wise, the default MR variant, which is the cheapest one you can get, generally around 45 for the package and 25 for the single ship on its own, comes with the two M3A bearing ones, which aren't that bad, but it's something that you probably want to upgrade. The LX version, which is the I guess you'd call, oh no, it's the LN version, sorry, my mistake, is the Militia Patrol version, and that has another two guns right up above where I'm sitting currently. If I just go like this so I can actually look around, because there's a slight bug with that. Yeah, so up there there'd be one on either side. The only issue with these guns being there is they have a habit of getting knocked off when you're flying around, so it's another thing to consider. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty good light visibility. I think it's probably better than the Hornet, and in some ways it's better than the 300i, because you can see down below as well, but in some ways you've got all these bars kind of obstructing you, although they don't really affect you too much. The main kind of thing that you got against you is your maneuverability. You can kind of see how flat it is up top there, and it kind of handles like a bit of a minibus, and I always describe it as a minibus, so it's just one thing to take into mind. Can I get out the seat? Okay, there we go. I got out in the end. Turns out I had to go into the Arena Commander menu to get out of it. Not sure. Some control bugs. It's just alpha. Right. So moving on. Down here you have the bed, which I shall use for the sake of showing you that it's an actual bed that you can lie down in. There's not really much to the bed. I'm not sure how much is going to impact the actual game itself, unless you want to sit there role-playing in spaceship. But you can't even look around in the Aurora bed currently, so it's not exactly too immersive. I'm just stuck looking at this ceiling tile. Ooh, look at that. Right, anyway, moving out. Now, the interesting thing I found about this is those two containers or hatches to the left and right. They link up directly with something outside. I'm not sure what it is exactly yet. I can only presume it'd be maybe sensors, maybe something to do with the engine, but if I go out here, you can kind of see there's these two white nobule things here on the outsides, and they're also the same on the insides, inside the bed. So I'm not sure what they are yet, and you can only really speculate. I mean, they kind of look like the things you'd find in ships nowadays where you just store stuff in, but you've also got these little things up here which I have no idea what they are. It could be something to do with missiles, I guess, because a missile rack is... I can't imagine it being anything to do with that. Okay, moving on. So yeah, you got fairly ample space in here. There's no eject mechanism, so if you have to evacuate quickly, you've got to literally throw yourself outside the door like that. Well, that actually jumped. Okay. Yeah, what else is there? There's the maneuvering thrusters. I mean, they're not exactly effective, but they are quite interesting because they do move around a lot more than all the other maneuvering thrusters. And I might just hop into Arena Commander to actually show you this, because something you don't really see too often. Actually, let's do this now. See how long this takes to load. So, in case you didn't know, you can just hop into Arena Commander through the menus. So, let's go for the Aurora. Drone sim and launch. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we are inside the Aurora cockpit. And as you can see, some of the information is displayed on the panels either side of you. I think they're going to fill that out so you can actually get some of the top bits. Although it might be because I'm in free flight that there is actually targeting information. I can't really remember. I don't fly the Aurora too much. Now, handling wise, I'm using a mouse and keyboard at the moment, so it's not the best for handling, but it's a bit slow. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it is a starter ship, so you can't expect too much, but I suppose it leaves something to be desired in that respect. In fact, you don't really expect anything from a starter ship. You want to kind of have something you can improve on, I suppose. As for how much you can upgrade it, well, they say it's highly upgradable, so you never know. You might be able to make it quite maneuverable in the actual game. Now let's look at the outside. So if I just hit this one here, yep. So as you can see, there is the maneuvering thrusters. Oh, you might be able to see them. I'm not sure. I think you can see them better from the front, if I'm not mistaken. Where are you? Oh, actually, I don't think they are actually on here. Maybe it's because I've got graphics on low, but oh no, you can see the one at the front there, moving up and down. That is a maneuvering thruster. So when I go up and down, you can see it kind of moves around. They're kind of the only real kind of like external moving, like maneuvering thrusters I've actually seen. I think they could have them on the Constellation or something along that line, which would kind of follow an RSI theme. But in terms of the current ships that have been implemented, they're the only ones that I've already seen kind of like externally move like that. So it's pretty cool, kind of interesting. Now this is the trainer variant. So of course you've got the missile racks on top, which the Aurora LN comes with, and you've also got a second set of weapons. Actually, I don't know if you do have them on this anymore. I think it used to, but I'm not sure if it does. Yeah, well, anyway, that's more or less that. And there you can see it flying, which I might pull a Chris Roberts soon. Okay, there you can kind of see the, yeah, you can see the little thrusters each side, so that's something there. Yeah, so that's more or less the Aurora. There isn't really a great deal to it other than that. I mean, it's highly upgradable, and if you're going to look for a starter ship, then there's probably not much better than the Aurora, especially if you're just trying to look to get interested in the game. One thing that is worth noting though with the Aurora is that the guns on here, although they are gimbaled, if I just release them here, so you can see they can fire where your mouse shoots, which means they're pretty much gimbaled. Although they are in the actual Arena Commander at the moment, come actual release these will be fixed, so they won't be able to leave this kind of like central kind of area here. So that is something to bear in mind. So it's a lot more effective in Arena Commander for balancing sake than it is in the actual game. Which it may be something that is gonna put you off if you're looking to do more combat-y stuff. I'm flying a bit like a fish out of water at the moment, but yeah, that's just me flying. I haven't had much time to practice. I haven't had much reason. Oh well. So if you found this video helpful, or you're thinking about buying an Aurora because of it, feel free to leave a comment or like or even subscribe below. It helps me a lot, and I know it kind of gets repetitive with all these YouTube videos, but I am looking for a kind of viewer base because I want to do more Star Citizen content. So if it interests you, feel free to let me know because I'm always appreciative of it. Anyway, that's me signing off. Kapplah out. Have a good one.